up, motivation team? How y'all doing this one? Oh, I dropped. As y'all see, yeah, I had to go ahead and get my hair right. That's why I missed yesterday, so I apologize for missing yesterday. I want to just say thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for liking and commenting. And I ain't gonna do too much talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the verse of the day, which is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. And I'm reading this out of the NLT Bible. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. All right, so what I always like to say is, look at the bigger picture. Whatever you're going through right now, imagine what you're going to be able to tell your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, whatever it is at the time. Imagine what you can tell them on how you got through it. You can guide them, coach them through it. Yeah, what you're going through is tough right there, but it's also what God is turning you into. Because with every situation you got to go through, you got to change something up. Something got to change. It's going to be something new for you to have to do in order for you to fix that situation you're going through. And whatever new situation it is, it's going to end up having to be something that you're going to have to do year after year after year. And it's just going to change you to a whole other person. And that's all I got to say about that verse. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that verse. We got Leviticus chapter 27. And this chapter is talking about the things that are given to God by a vow. A vow is a promise made to God voluntarily and not by obedience. The Lord said to Moses, speak to the Israelites and say to them, if anyone makes a special vow to dedicate a person to the Lord by giving the equivalent value, before I get too far, people were assigned a value according to their ages. The value was made in terms of the physical labor of a person. Set the value of a male between the ages of 20 and 60 at 50 shekels of silver, according to the sanctuary shekel. For a female, set her value at 30 shekels. For a person between the ages of 5 and 20, set the shekels of a male at 20 shekels, and of a female at 10. For a person between 1 month and 5 years, set the value of a male at 5 shekels, and of 5 shekels of silver, and that of a female at 3 shekels. For a person 60 or more, set the value of a male at 15 shekels and of a female 10 shekels. If anyone making the vow is too poor to pay the specified amount, the person being dedicated is to be presented to the priest, who will set the value according to what the one making the vow can afford. If what they vowed is an animal that is acceptable as an offering to the Lord, such an animal given to the Lord becomes holy. They must not exchange it or substitute a good one for a bad one, or a bad one for a good one. If they should substitute one animal for another, both it and the substitute become holy. If what they vowed is a ceremonially unclean animal, one that is not acceptable as an offering to the Lord, the animal must be presented to the priest, who will judge its quality as good or bad. Whatever value the priest then sets, that is what it will be. If the owner wishes to redeem the animal, a fifth must be added to its value. If anyone dedicates their house as something holy to the Lord, the priest will judge its quality as good or bad. Whatever value the priest then sets, so it will remain. If the one who dedicates their house wishes to redeem it, they must add a fifth to its value, and the house will again become theirs. If anyone dedicates to the Lord part of their family land, its value is to be set according to the amount of seed required for it, 50 shekels of silver to a homer of barley seed. If they dedicate a field during the year of the Jubilee, the value that has been set remains. If anyone dedicates to the Lord a field they have bought, which is not part of their family land, the priest will determine its value up to the year of the Jubilee, and the owner must pay its value on that day as something holy to the Lord. In the year of Jubilee, the field will revert to the person from whom it was bought, the one whose land it was. Every value is to be set according to the sanctuary shekel, 20 gerahs to the shekel. So the priest made an estimate of the land's value, taking into consideration of the years that were left until the next Jubilee. No one, however, may dedicate the firstborn of an animal, since the firstborn already belongs to the Lord. Whether an ox or a sheep, it is the Lord's. If it is one of the unclean animals, it may be bought back at its set value, adding a fifth of the value to it. If it is not redeemed, it is to be sold at its set value. But nothing that a person owns and devotes to the Lord, whether human being or an animal or family land, may be sold or redeemed. Everything so devoted is most holy to the Lord. No person devoted to destruction may be ransomed. They are to be put to death. So, as y'all see, that word devoted it was used in many different ways. So, I got footnotes down to the bottom. The first one that he used said, but nothing that a person owns and devotes to the Lord. It says the Hebrew term refers to an irrevocable giving over of things or persons to the Lord. Then it said, no person devoted to destruction may be ransomed. They are to be put to death. That one meant the Hebrew term refers to the irrevocable giving over of things or persons to the Lord, often by totally destroying them. So, a tithe of everything from the land, whether grain from the soil or fruit from the trees, belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord. Whoever will redeem any of their tithe must add a fifth to the value to it. Every tithe of the herd and flock, every 10th animal that passes under the shepherd's rod, will be holy to the Lord. No one may pick out the good from the bad or make any substitution. If anyone does make a substitution, both the animal and its substitute become holy and cannot be redeemed. These are the commands the Lord gave to Moses at Mount Sinai for the Israelites. So Israel had gave 10% of everything to God. Giving is a valid test of the sincerity of our love for God and others. God loves a cheerful giver. And that's all I got for today. Tomorrow we will get into numbers. But I got to see how I'm going to take them notes. Because if y'all see the beginning of the numbers, it's literally a whole lot of numbers. Like, for real. Like, it's a timeline. It will be a timeline. I may read it. I may not read it. I'm going to see how my notes go. I'm going to see how I make the notes or whatever. But, yeah, y'all. So, y'all just remember to let me know what y'all think about the verse from today. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. And don't forget, subscribe. Thank y'all for being with me every step of the way. Y'all see me when I had a little afro, and now y'all here with me when I got braids, and y'all gonna be here when I got my hair down to my shoulders. You feel me? I ain't gonna get that long. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all gonna be with me until the Lord called me to do something else. This is where I'm gonna be at right here. And I just want to say thank y'all for being with me every step of the way. I'm out. Y'all have a blessed day.